here's another one for you guys. Walking your dog. Very often you'll see people walking their dog where the dog is going in front of them and they're behind the dog like, whoa! And basically the dog is walking the owner. That's not really good, because if you look at, the origin of dogs and where they come from, they're derived from wolves. And if you look at a wolf pack, the way the social structure works, there's really a dominance hierarchy, and whoever goes in the front of the pack is the alpha. And everyone knows this, but they don't really consider it, like a big deal in regards to walking your own dog. But if you want to be a good dog owner, you have to understand that most of the dogs, probably 95% of the dogs, they don't want to take alpha status, especially in the city. Like, if a dog has to make decision after decision in an environment that's not natural to him. We have cars, we have sidewalks, we have people going all over the place, bicycles, buses, all these things the dogs don't inherently understand. If they have to navigate this environment, it's really stressful. So to keep your dog happy, you have to take on the responsibility of guiding him through this human world. And he has to fall into that follower position, because that's more relaxing to him. If you want your dog to be calm and collected and not a nervous wreck, it's your responsibility to establish your dominance with your dog. And probably the best way to do this is when you're doing some sort of action together, right? You know how like wolves go hunting together. That's like a mutual action. Or yeah, pretty much that, like, or if they travel. So that's what a walk models. You are the pack, and you're going out into the world on a mission. So to take on this responsibility to keep your dog happy and to take on the leadership role, you want to make sure that you walk your dog the right way. So the right way to walk your dog, instead of having him go forward, what you want to do is you want to hold the leash not very tight, right? So we don't want to keep him on a super tight leash, but we're not going to allow the dog to make the decision to go left or right or to pass you. So a technique, you keep the leash loose. As soon as the dog passes you, you're gonna turn around abruptly. You'll take a 100-degree turn and start walking the other direction. And a few times you'll probably have to yank the dog a little bit for him to grasp the concept that every time he passes you, he's getting jerked back and we're going the other direction. It won't take too long for any dog to understand this. And it's better to yank him a couple of times than to always have him pulling against his neck with the leash, with the collar. That's probably not good for his throat. If that's what you're concerned about, it's much better to do it once or twice and then have him on a really nice loose leash like this, just like this, where we can happily walk. He's just following my lead. And that's what a happy dog walking should look like. You don't really want to put, all your focus and concentration on where your dog is pulling you. You want to be walking around, enjoying the environment, going wherever you want to without the frustration of having to deal with your dog on the leash. So if you do this properly, you both are going to have a much more enjoyable experience when you go out to walk. I can barely feel Roscoe is here. He's just right by my side. Super loose leash. He's not pulling. So it's fun. It's really good. I can just go, hiking or walking around or whatever I want to do. So keep that in mind. Like the video if you found it informative. Let us know in the comments what other techniques you know of or what you would like to hear more on. That's it for today. Have fun walking.